Hey folks, I'm Anand and welcome to MaverickEduCor, your one-stop solution for everything related to PTE. We at MaverickEduCor provide individual attention with one-on-one classes. For folks who have not got their desired scores in the previous exam, you can contact us on the WhatsApp number or on the email ID mentioned right below. We will assess what went wrong for free and we will share you more valuable insights so that you can score that 79 plus in your exam. Now, without a further ado, let's look at today's video. In today's video, let's discuss more details on reorder paragraph question, which is part of your reading module. It is a fairly important question, but on the other hand, it could be a game changer question too. You would end up doing a couple of mistakes in reading and writing fill in the blanks or reading fill in the blanks. This question will act like a cushion to boost your scores for 79 plus. Moving ahead, let's understand the basic details of reorder paragraph question. What needs to be done? PTE says we will give you a paragraph with jumbled sentences. You will have to arrange the paragraph in a logical sequence. That is what needs to be done in a nutshell for 2 to 3 such questions of reorder paragraphs. Next, overall time is self-managed. You need to manage each of the reorder paragraph questions effectively in terms of time so that you get good amount of time to attempt all the questions of reading fill in the blanks. Let's quickly look at the representational image of reorder paragraph question. As I had told earlier, PTE will present you a paragraph with jumbled sentences in the source column. All you need to do is you will have to drag and drop each of the sentences in the logical sequence in the target column. Once you complete doing this, go ahead and click next for the next question type in your exam. Next, let's understand the skills assessed by PTE for this particular question. PTE will just assess your reading skills for reorder paragraph question. On the other hand, you will approximately get about 6 to 10 marks for your reading module only. There is a small catch over here. Let's understand that. Each correct logical pair will fetch you 1 mark, whereas if the logical pair is incorrect, you will get 0 marks. Let's understand it by an example. For example, there are 5 sentences in the jumbled paragraph. You will have only 4 logical pairs. So overall marks, if all the logical pairs are correct, you will get approximately 4 marks. In cases of 6 sentences, similarly, you will have 5 logical pairs and your overall marks for that particular question will be 5 marks. Let's see this concept in detail with example. In the first example, you can see over here, there are some logical pairs which are there. Now, in this, one of the logical pairs is incorrect, which is nothing but 5 and 1. Hence, you will be getting 0 marks. Whereas, you will get marks for 3 to 4, 5 to 1 and 1 to 2. Overall, you will be getting 3 marks because there are 4 logical pairs and you have committed 1 mistake. In the second example, you have got only 2 marks. Reason being you have made 2 mistakes. Between 1 to 2, this is a logical pair which is correct and 4 to 5 is correct. Whereas the rest of the logical pairs between 2 to 4 and 5 to 3 is incorrect. So you will end up getting just 2 marks. This is how PTE will score in your reorder paragraph question. Next, let's look at the golden rules for reorder paragraph question. First and foremost, try finding answer pairs to proceed faster with the options. As I had mentioned earlier, you will have to identify the logical pairs to come up as an answer, correct? How would you do it? You would have to skim through the paragraph utilizing fast reading skills, understand the overall context of that paragraph, and the first and foremost thing that you need to do is find out the introductory line which will make things easier going forward. Next, generally the clue to the answer will never be in the first line. I would recommend you to read the entire jumbled sentences to understand the context first and then start identifying the logical pairs. PTE will not give you such easy reorder paragraph questions. Next, reorder paragraph question is heavily dependent on context. You will have to read the entire sentences to understand it, but you can use methodologies such as tenses or chronology. If there are dates such as years, days mentioned, anything of that sort, you can use chronology to identify the logical sequence. when it comes to tenses, you have to read through the sentence to understand the tone of the sentence, whether they have specified in past tense, future tense, or present tense. Once you understand that, you can easily identify the logical sequence. One more clue to easily identify a first logical sentence is if you see the full name in one of the sentences, generally that sentence will be your first logical sentence. Now, if they give Alexander Graham Bell in one of the sentences, then that particular sentence will be your first sentence. In the subsequent sentences, they can just mention the first name or the last name, or just they can tell he or she. Another easy clue to identify your logical sequence is if you see words such as he, she, it, they, these, so on and so forth, then remember it will always be your subsequent sentences. Reason being, they've already introduced a subject. That is why they are referring that subject in terms of he, she, it, they, these, so on and so forth. The next clue to identify a logical sequence is if you see words such as hence, therefore, in short, in a nutshell, then these all will be your conclusion sentence. So this will be your last sentence in the logical sequence. Now coming to the don'ts. Never predetermine any answer without reading all the sentences. Your entire sequence could go wrong if you predetermine on one particular sentence. Never do this mistake. Next, do not consume more than 90 to 120 seconds to solve one reorder paragraph question. If you consume more time, then you will have a lot of time crunch for answering reading fill in the blanks question. So manage time effectively to solve each reorder paragraph question. Now that you've understood all the details with regards to skills, marks, do's and don'ts, let's go ahead and see a demo for more detail. Now, this is the question. For people who want to solve this question on their own, can pause this video and then come back and see the answers. Now, let's understand this question in detail with regards to context. Now, let's see the first sentence. Additionally, the Mayans developed a sophisticated writing system utilizing hieroglyphs to record historical and religious text. The clue over here is the word additionally. Generally, it will come in the subsequent sentences. Now, the next sentences. Although many southern cities declined due to environmental factors and conflict, the civilization continued in northern regions until the Spanish conquest in 16th century. So here, the clue over here is although. When you see the word although, it is generally connected with words such as hence, therefore, in conclusion, all of this. So that could be your concluding sentence. Next, the Mayan civilization began around 2000 BCE in Mesoamerica and thrived for over 1,000 years. Now, they are trying to introduce a subject. So this could potentially be your first sentence. Next, their society was highly organized. The clue over here straight away is their society. It is referring to a subject already. Okay. Highly organized, featuring a ruling elite and skilled artisans supported by large agricultural workforce. Okay. Next, by the classic period from 250 to 900 CE, they established powerful city states known for their impressive architecture. By the classic period, they are continuing with regards to the main introductory line. So this could be our potential second sentence. Now let's go ahead and see the correct logical sequence which can be determined as an answer for reorder paragraph. Now the first sentence is the Mayan civilization began around 2000 BCE in Mesoamerica and thrived for over 1,000 years. They are introducing a subject over here. As I had already told you over here that they are giving a lot of context about Mayan civilization in the logical sequence, meaning in the chronology of order. 2000 BCE would be the first sentence. That is how you will identify the logical sequence beginning with Mayan civilization. The second sentence is nothing but this. You can identify it using two clues. The first clue is chronology. So what is it? 250 to 900 CE. CE versus BCE. BCE means before Common Era. CE means Common Era. So there was a huge time gap. If you can identify this, then your second sentence will be easily identified. Next, additionally, you can see that they have established powerful city-states known for their impressive architecture. After civilizations are born, what would they do for so many years? They will try to show their dominance by building architecture and a huge army, correct? That is what they have done here. So this is how you can identify it using the second clue for your next logical sequence. Now, third logical sentence is this. Additionally, the Mayans developed. So basically, you can see here, the clue is additionally, right? So they are giving out more details. That is your clue. The second clue to identify the third sentence is, after developing or after showing their dominance, what would they do? They would record their history. That is where they start developing sophisticated writing systems. So this is how you can easily identify the third sentence as well. To identify the fourth and fifth sentences, it would be fairly easy because there will be only two sentences that would be remaining. Now let's see the fourth sentence over here. Here it says, their society was highly organized, featuring a ruling elite and skilled artisans. Now, why is this the fourth sentence? If you can read the context and understand, after showing their dominance and after trying to capture all of their history, they would expand as well, okay? And they would be highly organized, correct? That is what is the clue over here. They have a highly organized society and they are expanding their workforce in terms of, army, agriculture, artisans, so on and so forth. That is how you can easily identify the fourth sentence as well. Now coming to the last sentence, it is nothing but, although many southern cities decline due to environmental factors, there are many clues over here. The first clue is, although. Generally, it is used in a concluding sentence. And additionally, they are telling many southern cities declined due to environmental factors. It is showing the decline after a huge dominance of power. Then it says the Spanish conquest in 16th century. So finally, after BCE everything, this comes AD, 16th century, something that happened in the very recent past, about 400, 500 years ago. So this could be your sequence for the fifth sentence. So if I have to write the sequence over here, it could be the Mayan civilization. Then here it would be the second one by the classic period. Then they are telling additionally more details. Then the fourth one would be their society was highly organized with skilled people. The last is this. So the order is 3, 5, 1, 4, 2. Alright folks, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you have understood all the details about reorder paragraph. In case of any doubts or any queries, make sure to contact us on the WhatsApp number or on the email ID mentioned right below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more such engaging videos. I'm wishing you all the very best for your exams.